And we're on.
Ich bin Gunnery Sergeant Hartman und zuständig für eure Grundausbildung. Von nun an werdet ihr nur reden, wenn ihr angesprochen seid. Und das erste und das letzte Wort aus eurem dreckigen Maul wird Sir sein. Habt ihr Maden das verstanden?
Sir! Jawohl, Sir!
Bullshit, ich höre ja nichts. Habt wohl alle nur Luft im Sack.
Sir! Jawohl, Sir!
Wenn ihr Ladies meine Insel verlasst, wenn ihr meine Ausbildung überleben solltet, seid ihr eine Waffe. Seid ihr Priester des Todes und betet um Krieg. Aber bis zu diesem Tag seid ihr Dreck. Seid ihr die niedrigste Lebensform auf Erden. Seid ihr noch nicht mal annähernd sowas wie Menschen. Seid ihr nichts anderes als ein unorganisierter Haufen von amphibischer Urscheiße. Ihr werdet mich nicht mögen, weil ich hart bin. Je mehr ihr mich hasst, desto mehr werdet ihr lernen. Ich bin hart, aber ich bin fair. Rassistische Bigotterie gibt's hier nicht. Ich kenne keine Vorurteile gegen Nigger,
Welcome back to the
Spaghettis,
David C.
Latinos.
Hutto radio show. I knew that would probably throw you all off. It's Screw Off Friday, of course. Welcome to the show. And welcome back with Dave and Jay here on a Friday afternoon. And, of course, just, doing our usual shtick here on Friday. Of course, I don't know. Today has been kind of an interesting day. It might be a transition from Disgruntled Thursday to today because it's just one of those days. But we have an exciting show packed up for you, don't we, Jay?
Definitely.
So where do we begin? What are we gonna do?
Well, let's start off by saying that another week is drawn to the close.
Yes.
The world system still hanging by a thread, economically speaking.
Right.
It's on life support. And the U.S. economy is being pumped. They're doing the Heimlich
Yeah.
with the QE3 and the QE4 and the QE11 and whatever. How many times are they going to do this where they keep floating more cash in? And, well, I heard an economist talking in the middle of the week on Rick Wiles' program. As long as the U.S. dollar remains the world's reserve currency, that's going to keep on happening. And then one day we're going to wake up and the world isn't going to recognize the U.S. dollar as anything but,
Monopoly money, basically.
funny money,
Yeah.
play money. And we're going to be, we'll be scrambling for solutions at that point. And I hope you're ready. I hope you're living in Christ, because if you're not going to be able to weather this storm.
Not very well. No. And
You can buy all the gold and silver you want. You can stock up on ammo. You can stock up on guns, canned food, whatever. All your little supplies. That's not going to save you.
no.
Just like billions of dollars in gold, stolen money, that's not going to save these international banksters,
No.
because you are going to be held accountable for your actions.
Yep.
You can
Absolutely.
either be held accountable by your works, or you can be held accountable by the works that were done on the cross and by the righteous life that Yeshua Yamashiach led for us. In so doing, made him a perfect atonement for sin, and the only possible atonement for sin, for that matter.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what we're watching right now is it's kind of sad in a way, because it seems like everybody has got their head buried so far into the sand that they're not even realizing what's happening right in front of their eyes. That's what I'm seeing. It's like the biggest shyster game is being played. It's the biggest shell game in history being played right now, and no one is even waking up to it except
All
for
the
a
American
few.
people are as blind as ever. Walk through a supermarket or a department store, whatever. Just listen to people.
Oh yeah.
Look at people. The majority of the population in this country has this look on their face constantly.
Yeah.
They're kind of beaten down. I guess that's what you get when you're just going through the motions.
Yeah.
When you're going through the motions, people are going to be, they're going to be,
Yeah.
it gets repugnant.
Absolutely.
It gets to the point where, the only thing a person has to look forward to is, a spliff or a 6-pack or a case or a 12-pack of beer
Or a bottle of wine or whiskey or
wine, whiskey, some kind of gratification to fill the empty hole
yeah.
in their hearts and souls that only eternal salvation
Yeah.
could create, could fill. So
Absolutely.
they go after the quick fixes, and even the quick fixes, they don't cut the mustard.
No,
So-
it's you know what it equates to. It's almost like putting a Band-Aid on a 50 caliber bullet hole.
Oh,
It
yeah.
Just you're still bleeding out, but here's a Band-Aid and a 12 place ribbon. You'll feel a lot better.
And that's what this latest edition of money printing
Yeah.
meant for the economy. It was just another Band-Aid on a gaping wound
Yeah.
that is, it's everywhere. The wound is so big now.
Yeah.
Greed is a factor.
Oh, absolutely. Everybody wants their piece. Everybody wants this. Everybody wants that. No one's thinking about their neighbor or their fellow man or anything of that nature. It's just me, 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 me.
Americans have become the equivalent to the Roman mob
Yeah.
back in the days of the Roman Empire when it was in a dictatorship.
Uh huh.
There's a lot of similarities we can draw to there. All they care about is entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
Entertainment is everything. That's the king. I mean, think about it. People set up these altars in their homes called entertainment centers. And they're nothing more than altars, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
These are altars in the main room of your house where
Yeah.
you bow down before the,
Yeah.
whatever, Charlie Sheen or
The 2% media.
Oprah Winfrey.
Oh, yeah. Let's get into that.
So we got a
one.
good story to tell about Oprah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okra Winfrey.
Nazi that she is.
Yeah.
I was growing up in Illinois, and this is a true story, by the way.
Yeah.
And I was in 3rd grade at Briar Glen Elementary School out in Glen Ellen, Illinois.
Ooh.
I had a 3rd grade teacher. Her name was Miss Mastrantuano. She was an Italian woman, and she was a liberal.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Most of them are in that profession, anyway. I mean,
Yeah, but even back in the 80s, it wasn't so much.
Yeah.
Like, you see the ratio of men to women in elementary schools, especially elementary schools now,
yeah.
is literally 95% to 5%.
Yeah. Yeah.
On the average. 5%,
Right.
and usually the 5% comes in the form of a 5th or 6th grade teacher that is a man, and the gym teacher. And if you
Yeah.
want to count the custodian, we can go ahead and count him as a teacher too. What the heck?
Or
Because
maybe
he probably does a better job teaching the students in this country than most of the teachers
yeah.
who are on whatever kind of prescription drug they're on, and most
Yeah.
of them are on something.
Yeah.
Drug addicts.
Absolutely. Medical marijuana
Pushing
users.
captive minds into trying to accept this collective salvation, socialistic, utopian fantasy, which
Yeah.
I can wipe my ass with
Absolutely.
every day of the week. There's nothing good about it.
No.
There's nothing good about winning and then having to lower yourself to the loser's
Yeah. What's that all
pedestal.
about?
You won the race, but we're not gonna. You won the race. Everybody won the race. So anyway, Oprah comes to visit the school.
Yeah.
To make a long story short, she lived nearby Miss Mustrantuano in Addison, Illinois. And she was a fairly well-known local
Yeah. So
at
is
that
this
time.
before?
She was just on the verge of breaking really big. This is the mid-'80s now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
So
this
this
is
was
right
before
when-
her media empire, right?
Yeah, this is before the media empire days.
Yeah.
This is the days when this is about the time that her weight loss struggles became regular tabloid, fodder.
Oh yeah. Wasn't
And
this
This
right?
is right when she was breaking it big. So she comes in first thing in the morning. This is 1986, right? Just a mere, a few weeks before that whole thing with the Challenger. I'll never
Yeah.
forget it.
Yeah.
And exploded on TV. Everybody saw it.
Yeah.
And space program was set back half a decade
Yeah.
or more longer.
Yeah. And then Obama terminated it for.
Gave it to the Russians.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, Oprah comes in, and I intimated while she's sitting there right at the beginning of the school day. She is talking with the teacher, and I intimated, and probably a little loud, I intimated to another student that I thought Oprah sucked.
Oh
And
man.
what 8-year-old boy in his right mind
Yeah.
would not think that
Oprah sucks.
was a
Yeah.
hack?
When
When you're 8 years old in 1986, the only thing cool to you is Darth Vader or,
Yeah.
Luke Skywalker or Indiana Jones. That's all we cared about. That's
Yeah,
all
or
an 8-year-old boy
Transformers.
or playing football out in the yard or playing baseball. We didn't care about
Or throwing dirt clods
Oprah
at them.
and this great movement of communism, which
Yeah.
she helped to
Instill.
popularize, and
Yeah.
it was such a subtle deal. But needless to say, my comments were heard, and they did not go unpunished.
Oh yeah.
I was removed from the school. My mother was called, and they said, you have to come pick him up. He's suspended for the rest of the day. You can come back to school tomorrow. We don't condone this. And they made me write an apology note to Oprah. I purposely spelled her name wrong, by the way.
What did you spell it as?
Like OPRA.
Yeah, opera.
Yeah.
Yeah, dear
Without
Mrs.
the-
Opera.
Without the,
Yeah, the ER.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was just, they made me write an apology letter to Oprah.
Oh,
The school did.
that is the typical commie liberal thing to do, isn't it? Now say you're sorry and
But if
stick
I
your
would have
nose in the
said,
hole.
"Oh, I love Oprah. I think her show's
Yeah.
the bomb, man.
Yeah.
I can't wait to go home every day. And at 4:00, I know Oprah's coming on, and I'm gonna get to listen to some freaking putz of a housewife whine and cry about how horrible her life is, and that it was all a man's fault.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Men. It's not men's fault that you had poor judgment."
Yeah, exactly.
And it seems like women have this complex of
Yeah.
they like to go after morons. They like morons. They like
Uh-huh.
they like schmucks.
Exactly.
They like guys that ride on that live on the edge and kind of ride the fence between sanity and insanity.
And they also tend to go for
Makes
these.
them feel free.
Yeah.
Because maybe their moms were so restrictive.
Yeah.
And also, this is back in the 80s.
Yeah.
Remember, this is the 80s.
Yeah. Big hair
So,
spandex, folks.
Big hair. Yeah, nobody will ever forget the mall hair. Oh, what a horrendous thing that was.
Yeah.
Let's dig up some pictures. Hey, anybody got any good pictures? 80s hair pictures?
Actually,
We would love to get those and post them on the show.
Yeah, yeah.
Or on the website. That would be great.
Yeah. So if you got
I've
some.
got some. I'm gonna get one too. I'm gonna get one over here to you, Dave.
All right,
you'll love.
that sounds great, man. And and then the mullets and the pink leisure. Well, they had pink leisure suits in the 70s, but it just transitioned. Then they went from pink to baby blue and white in the 80s. Everybody wanted to be Don Johnson all of a sudden. You remember that? Yeah. Anyway,
Oh, yeah.
we're going to be coming up on a break here, so in about 15 seconds. So let's give a shout out to our advertiser. Our advertiser for this segment is, of course, Fucanol, brought to you by the Federal Drug Co. So if you want to forget about what's going on, take your Fucanol today. We'll be right back.